right, fire it up. Just do your thing here, bud. Nobody's any better at this than you are.
Have fun, take a deep breath.
Give him hell at the end. Good luck to you.
Fight like hell like we do every week. You are the best here. Brett, be affirmative. You told me to get on.
Info. Ready. Ready. Go slow. Green, green, green. Lock it down, lock it down. 14.
I'm destroyed, and I just got drove through like 6 times on the 14. What the f*** is he thinking? That is the stupidest thing I've seen in my career. Literally.
Everything you described is accurate. Haven't even finished the second stage yet. Half the field's wrecked.
Hell yeah.
11 got it. Rowdy there, Matt. Good job, pal. Thanks, man. Good job all day. Great work, my man. Great work.
Keep putting yourself in position, we'll win our share, right? We got one back today, brother. Good job.
Therefore, great job, guys.
And welcome back to another exciting week of racing in the draft. My name is Mark, and I'll be taking you into week 15 of the Cup season as we break down the drivers for the Coca-Cola 600. But a little look back at last week at COTA. Comics by Bruno is back with a epic comic, and that is about what it looked like at COTA last weekend. Visibility was very, very limited, to say the least. NASCAR probably learned a few things on how they will end up treating road courses and wet tracks or tracks that it's raining at. If it's a wet or damp track, as long as there's not standing water, I think they're perfectly fine, and visibility is actually decent. If you start to get heavy rain or puddling, the spray from the back of the cars is to a point where it's dangerous for the cars to be racing. So I think we probably will see changes in the future, but as of right now, NASCAR said that they will continue to do what they have been doing. I'm sure that will probably get changed because there were quite a few drivers who voiced their oppositions to racing in the rain. But last week's winner, Chase Elliott, finally got his win, so the 11th winner of the 2021 season. Still a few other drivers who won last year, including Kevin Harvick and Denny Hamlin. Brett Kazalowski still have not won, and maybe this weekend we'll see that happen at the Coca-Cola 600. Let's break down real quick what we saw in the way of optimal lineups from COTA. It was place differential, place differential, place differential, because they only finished 54 laps at the Grand Prix, because they finally ended up having to call the race due to the rain being too heavy. But mostly, as we can see, I mean, Joey Logano only moved up 3 spots and did lead 14 laps. Most everybody else did lead at least 2 to 5 laps, but place differential was the real winner for these guys in optimal lineups. But as far as the year breakdown of optimal lineups, Martin Truex still sitting in that first spot, Denny Hamlin in second, and the finish tied for third is Chris Buescher, Alex Bowman, Kyle Larson, Daniel Suarez, and Joey Logano. So, with that out of the way, hopefully you did well if you played in DraftKings last week. Let's take a look at the Coca-Cola 600, the longest race and one of the crown jewels for the Cup Series at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We are at the track type intermediate. It is a 1.5 miles in length, 24 degrees banking in the corners, and they have added PJ1 or resin to those corners to help the top groove be a little bit more sticky. Everybody has their opinions on whether they like that or not. I am in the opinion that they probably should just leave it alone and let the rubber build up and let that groove come in. But I'm not NASCAR. Race length is 400 laps. Should take a little over 4.5 hours to complete this race, being the longest race of the season. Dominator points of 280, so Dominators will be an absolute necessity. My guess is 2 or 3, depending on how many guys get out and lead laps and have fast laps. So the laps led is equal to 100, and fast laps has a total of 180 points. Alright, let's get down to the driver by driver breakdown. Top spot here goes to Kyle Larson, 11,300. Starting first, was third in practice and first in the 10-lap average at practice. He has 11 total starts at Charlotte Oval, not Charlotte Roval, but the Charlotte Oval. He did not race here in either of the 2 races last year. Has no wins, 1 top 5, 4 top 10s, and 6 top 20s. Has a 35.5 DraftKings average in the last 5 races and a 16.7 average finish. 9th on the power ranking, mostly due to where he is starting in the pole position. I do have him as a potential Dominator though, so being 9th in the power ranking and 1st in the Dominator could be interesting. Next in line, we've got Martin Truex Jr., 11,129 total starts, and will be starting 8th this Sunday. He finished 9th here in the second race at Charlotte. 3 wins in his career, 7 top 5s, 13 top 10s, and 20 top 20s out of his 29 total starts. In the last 5, he does have 2 wins, 3 top 5s, 5 top 10s, and 5 top 20s, with an 84.1 DraftKings average, leading all drivers in that category, and a 4.0 average finish, also leading all drivers in that category. So Martin Truex Jr. second on the power ranking, and a potential Dominator of 6th because he is starting 8th and will need to get around some of these faster cars. Denny Hamlin next in line, 10,829 total starts at Charlotte. Will be starting 14th this Sunday. He finished 2nd last year and has no wins at this track yet, but has 10 top 5s, 18 top 10s, and 23 out of 29 top 20s. 3rd on the power ranking, potential Dominator of 9 because of his starting spot of 14th, and does have a PD upside of 7. He does have, in his last 5 starts, 3 top 5s, 3 top 10s, and 4 top 20s, with a 47.1 DraftKings average and an 11.2 average finish. Next in line, Chase Elliott, last week's winner, 10,500. 9 total starts here at Charlotte, and will be starting 3rd on Sunday. Finished 1st here in the 2nd race at Charlotte. That gives him that 1 win in his career there, 4 top 5s, 5 top 10s, and 7 top 20s. Has a 63.7 DraftKings average and a 4.2 average finish. Sorry, I keep looking up. I'm watching the Xfinity race, and they are wrecking again and have taken out a bunch of the top runners. Oh, lordy. You got Justin Haley involved, and I can't tell who else, but, oh, no, Gregson's involved. The one of Michael Annett is involved. The 18 of Hemrick is involved. Oh, that took a bunch of the top drivers out. That's going to be interesting for my DraftKings. See how that affects it. Oh, back to the Cup race. Alright. So Chase Elliott, 1 win, 4 top 5s, 4 top 10s, and 5 top 20s, a 63.7 DraftKings average, and a 4.2 average finish. 7th on the power ranking, and a 2 on the Dominator potential. Next in line, Kyle Busch, 10,200 starting 20th, has 32 total starts at Charlotte, finished 29th here in the 2nd race, has 1 win in his career, 14 top 5s, 19 top 10s, and 21 top 20s. Starting 20th, he has the number 1 potential place differential upside, and giving him the number 1 power position this week. Has a 68.2 DraftKings average and 1 win in the last 5 races here, and a 13.4 average finish. Next in line, we've got Kevin Harvick. Gotta love these cars. Love the paint schemes this weekend for Memorial Day weekend, where NASCAR salutes all of the memories of our fallen service members, and a big shout out to them for giving up their freedoms to allow us to continue to have our freedoms, and a shout out to all of their family members who have lost ones protecting our country. But back to Kevin Harvick and that cool paint scheme. $10,000 this weekend, starting 5th. 38 total starts here at Charlotte. Finished 10th here in the second race at Charlotte. Has 3 total wins in his career, 9 top 5s, 19 top 10s, and 27 top 20s. Pretty consistent here at Charlotte, but he is driving the a Stewart-Haas machine, which he seems to always wield pretty well. Just hasn't quite found the top spot at a race yet this year. I'm sure he will, though. And this weekend may be it. He has a 13.8 average finish and a 57.4 DraftKings average, and 1 top 5, 4 top 10s, and 4 top 20s. Next in line, Brett Kazalowski, $9,700, 21 total starts here at Charlotte, but we'll see starting 13th this weekend. Finished 7th here last year, 2 wins in his career, 5 top 10s, 10 top 10s, and 18 top 20s. Does have that 1 win in his last 5, 2 top 5s, 3 top 10s, and 5 top 20s in those 5 starts. A 49.3 DraftKings average and a 9.2 average finish. I do like some PD upside here for Brad Keselowski, giving him a 4th on the power ranking, an 8th on the Dominator potential, and 8th on the PD upside. Next in line, we've got Alex Bowman, $9,400, 9 total starts here at Charlotte, starting 7th. He was 2nd fastest in practice speed. Finished 31st here last year. Does not have a win here yet at Charlotte, but has 2 top 10s and 3 top 20s, and has a 47.1 DraftKings average and a 16.8 average finish. 10th on the power ranking, and a 5th potential in the Dominator sector. Next in line, William Byron, $9,200, starting 4th and was 2nd at practice and the 10-lap average. He has a total of 4 starts here at Charlotte and finished 12th last year in the second race. 1 top 10 and 3 top 20s. 15.4 DraftKings average and a 20.3 average finish. That average finish is dragging him down to giving him a power ranking of 11th, but I do have a potential Dominator of 3 because until last weekend he was on a roll. 11 total top 10s straight in a row, and last weekend he fell out by 1 position, finishing 11th. So time for him to start a new trend and new streak. All right, next in line, we've got Ryan Blaney with that really bright number 12 body armor edge car. You won't be able to miss that thing on the track. $9,000 this weekend, starting 11th. 10 total starts for him. Finished 3rd here last year. No wins, 2 top 5s, 3 top 10s, and 6 top 20s. 39.1 DraftKings average and a 12.8 average finish, bringing him in 6th as on the power ranking and a Dominator potential of 7. Next in line, Joey Logano, $8,800. Starting 16th, he was 5th in practice. 22 total starts here at Charlotte, finished 6th last year in the second race. Does have 1 win, 6 top 5s, 11 top 10s, and 17 top 20s out of his 22 total starts, but in the last 5, he has 1 top 5, 2 top 10s, and 3 top 20s. 27.7 DraftKings average, 14.0 average finish, 8th on the power ranking, 10th on the potential Dominator, and 6th with the PD upside, starting 16th. Next in line, Christopher Bell. Look at that sharp Toyota number 20, well decked out in America's finest colors. Christopher Bell, $8,600, starting 17th. Has started here twice in the Cup Series and 3 times in the Xfinity Series. Has 1 top 10 in the Cup and 2 top 5s in Xfinity. His DraftKings average is 26.0 and a 15.5 average finish. Starting 17th, he's coming in 20 on the power ranking and a fill-in spot potential of 7, mostly because of his price tag. I think he'll actually end up finishing fairly well, maybe even the top 10. Kurt Busch, 8,400, starting 12th, has raced here 39 times, the most out of any Cup driver. Finished 5th here last year, has 1 win, 8 top 5s, 15 top 20s, and 24 top 20s. Out of the last 5 races here, 1 top 5, 3 top 10s, 3 top 20s, a 31.0 DraftKings average, and a 14.0 average finish. 12th on the power ranking, 5th in the fill-in spot. Next in line, we've got Tyler Reddick, 8,200, starting 15th. Has only started here twice in the Cups and 3 times in Xfinity. He does have a win in the Xfinity car, and 1 top 5, 1 top 10, 2 top 20s. In the Cup car, out of his 2 starts, he does have 1 top 5 and 1 top 20, or 2 top 20s. 30.4 DraftKings average, 11.5 average finish. Is currently doing fairly well in the Xfinity race. Where did he go? Maybe he's not doing as well as he was. Oh, well, not sure. Let's focus back on this 16 on the power ranking and a fill-in spot of 6. 3rd in the 10-lap average during practice. Next in line, Cole Custer, $8,000, will be starting 23rd. Has 2 Cup starts, and both of those were top 20s, finishing 18th last year. 5 starts in the Xfinity car with 2 top 5s, 4 top 10s, 4 top 20s. And his 2 total starts in the Cup car, a 30.7 DraftKings average, 18.5 average finish, 21st on the power ranking. Does have some PD upside, but he is driving Stewart-Haas equipment, which has been struggling all year, so take that with a grain of salt. Eric Amarello, one of his teammates out of Stewart-Haas. Cool looking car, love the colors, but starting 31st, he does have a ton of PD upside, but he is once again driving Stewart-Haas equipment, which hasn't looked great this year. 15 total starts, finished 37th here last year. No wins, 1 top 5, 2 top 10, 6 top 20s, a 27.1 DraftKings average, and a 16.8 average finish. 15th on the power ranking, mostly because of his starting spot of 34th, giving him a PD upside potential of being 4th. Next in line, Austin Dillon, $7,700. 12 total starts here, is starting 6th on Sunday and 1st in practice. Finished 8th last year in the second race, 1 win, 1 top 5, 3 top 10s, and 9 top 20s. But in his last 5 starts, it's only been 1 top 10, 3 top 20s, a 10.1 DraftKings average, a 21.4 average finish, giving him a 24th on the power ranking, mostly because of his starting spot compared to his average finishing spot. Matt Benedetto, Matty D, 7,500, starting 24th. I like his PD upside here, starting 24th. Don't love the color of his car, but it has started 10 times in his career, 15th last year. No wins, 2 top 20s, 15.3 DraftKings average, and a 26.4 average finish. Since he does have a PD upside of 5, a place of 5th, giving him a 14th on the power ranking this week. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., 7,400, starting 2nd, 4th in 10-lap average at practice, found lots of speed, has 16 total starts here, finished 4th last year. No wins, 2 top 5s, 3 top 10s, and 11 top 20s out of those 16 total starts. He does run very well at this track. In his last 5 starts, 2 top 5s, 3 top 10s, 4 top 20s, a 39.1 DraftKings average, an 11.4 average finish. Coming in at 17th on the power ranking, mostly because of his starting position, has me a little bit nervous, but he does have a fill-in spot of being first. We'll discuss more about that later in the podcast. Eric Jones, 7,200, 6th. Total starts here will be starting 19th on Sunday, 4th in practice. He finished 26th here in the fall, or the second race last year. No wins, but 1 top 10, 4 top 20s, giving him a 17.3 DraftKings average and a 22.8 average finish. 19th on the power ranking this weekend with a potential PD upside of 9. Next grouping starts off with Bubba Wallace, our first very cautionary driver of the weekend. $7,000, starting 18th, has raced here 4 times and only has 1 top 20, a 29.3 average finish, and a 12.1 DraftKings average. Probably will not be taking much of Bubba Wallace because he actually qualified fairly well. Next in line, Ross Chastain, another one who probably outkicked his coverage, starting 10th. 6,900, has 3 total starts here, no top 20 finishes. He finished 21st here in the second race last year. Does have 11 total starts in the Xfinity car with only 1 top 5, 1 top 10, and 6 top 20s. Has a 27.3 average finish, starting 10th this weekend. Hence the reason he is a bright yellow. And a 14.8 DraftKings average. Next in line, Chris Buescher, 6,700, has 8 total starts here and 5 top 20s, 2 top 10s. Finished 22nd here in the second race last year. Does have a 17.2 average finish, 27.7 DraftKings average. From his average finish to his starting spot this weekend, hence the PD upside ranking of 2, hence giving him a 13 on the power ranking, and he's actually been running really well this year so far. So I really like Christopher Buescher. I like his price. I like his starting spot. I like a whole lot of things about Chris Buescher this weekend. Daniel Suarez, 6,500, has really done well, racing for Trackhouse Motorsports, the new team. Has 6 total starts here at Charlotte and 4 top 20s, 1 top 10. He finished 28th here in the second race last year, but was in lesser equipment. He'll be starting 9th this weekend, 5th in the 10-lap average. Does have a 19th place average finish, but that is kind of swayed because he did have 3 races where he was in less equipment. Does have a 25.2 DraftKings average, 23rd on the power ranking, and I have him as a fill-in spot of 3. Next in line, Ryan Newman, 6,400, 30 total starts here, 16 top 20s, 7 top 10s, finished 22nd here last year, 27.2 average finish, not much PD upside, if anything, it's a negative. Only a 4.0 DraftKings average, hence the 26th on the power ranking, and bright yellow. Next in line, 5,500 to 6,200, Chase Briscoe is actually racing in the Xfinity race currently also, and he is actually leading in that race. Starting 21st, ooh, there's a caution. I don't know what happened. Or in TV commercials, so. Does not have any cup starts at Charlotte. Oh, Jeb Burton spun was the reason for the caution at the Xfinity race. Doesn't look like he hit the wall. Got a couple blown tires. Looks like he just got loose. So, back to Chase Briscoe. 3 Xfinity starts and 3 top 20s, but currently is, well, he was leading. He's now in 14th. I guess he came in for tires. That happens when they do pit stops. 28th on the power ranking, Kind of keep an eye out potentially where he finishes in this race. See if he does any better. But I won't be having a whole lot of Chase Briscoe. Just nothing there is screaming to me that, hey, this guy has a shot at doing something really neat this weekend. Ryan Preece, $6,000. 3 total starts here, no top 20s. He finished 24th last year, starting 28th with a 26.0 average finish and a 14.8 DraftKings average. He does have potential PD upside of 10th and 25th on the power ranking, mostly coming from his starting position. And he's actually been running fairly well this weekend, and his teammate Ricky Stenhouse Jr. has really been doing well this year. Next in line, Michael McDowell, 5,800, 21 total starts here. We'll be starting 24th this weekend, so we got some PD upside with McDowell. 4 top 20s, an average finish of 23.8 in his last 5, and a 16.3 DraftKings average. 18th on the power ranking and 5th on the total PD side of things. Next in line, Corey LaJoie, 5,600, 7 total starts here at Charlotte, 2 top 20s, 23rd last year. Will be starting 26th this weekend. Has a 21.8 average finish and a 29.7 DraftKings average. I do like Corey here as a great fill-in spot driver, even though he does come in 9th on the fill-in spot, but 22nd on the power ranking. So I will have some exposure to Corey LaJoie. Next in line, Anthony Alfredo, 5,500, has no Xfinity starts here, no Cup starts here, but does have a truck finish of 8th in 2019. That is his only start. He is 27th on the power ranking this weekend. If you need some salary relief, this might be as low as I would feel comfortable going. And I probably won't have a whole lot of exposure to him because he's also never raced in this long of a race. Next in line, we are now getting into the drivers that typically do not meet the optimal lineup and typically finish where they start. Josh Bilicki, 5,400, starting 37th, has a 36.0 average finish. Won't be having any Mr. Bilicki. BJ McLeod, 5,200, starting 33rd, average finish of 32.4. Next in line, Garrett Smitley, starting 36th with an average finish of 32.4. Slight PD upside, but not enough for anybody to really care. Don't mean that in a harsh way. I do like Garrett a lot. Third, and he's one of the funniest guys to watch on his Twitch channel when he iRaces. He does have 3 top 20s out of his 7 starts in the Xfinity car. Next in line, James Davidson, 5,000, has no starts here in anything other than a simulator, starting 35th. Not going anywhere close to that. Justin Haley, 4,800, 30th place start this weekend. Is running in the Xfinity car, and he is currently 10th with 50 laps to go. 2 other total starts in Xfinity and 1 top 5, 1 top 10, 1 top 20. If you absolutely have to go dumpster diving here, I don't love his starting spot of 30th, but potentially maybe some interest here, but no, not really. Just take my first original word. These guys don't make optimal lineups. Cody Ware, 4,700, starting 34th. 38th place average finish. Nope, not taking any of that. David Starr, 4,600, starting 38th. Not touching any of that. And those 2 cars are not correct on there, but I'm not going to go fix it. Quinn Huff, 4,500, average finish of 32nd and starting 32nd. Now let's kind of look back at some of our Dominators and place differential guys and their pricing. Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, William Byron are my top 3 Dominators this weekend. Martin Truex could easily come up and be one of those also. And our PD upside guys are Kyle Busch, Christopher Butcher, Matt DiBenedetto, starting 20th, 27th, 22nd, respectively. And some price relief or fill-in guys, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Austin Dillon, Daniel Suarez, and Ross Chastain. And if we had to go dumpster diving, Corey LaJoie and Anthony Alfredo. Let's look at the optimal lineup last year from the Coca-Cola 600 in 2020. There were 3 Dominators and 3 PD upside guys. Chase Elliott did not make this optimal lineup. He led 38 laps and 50 fast laps, had 73 DraftKings points, but because of his price tag, he fell out of the optimal lineup. But he and Brad Kazalowski, if they were in, you could have substituted that out with Martin Truex and still finished very high up in the money and the running order. So 3 Dominators and 3 place differentials last year for the Coke 600. And the 2019 Coke 600, we had 2 Dominators, 3 PD upsides, and 1 good finishing position, which was Kyle Busch, who did actually end up leading laps also. But Joey Logano did not have a whole lot of PD from 7th to 2nd. So 2 Dominators, 3 place differentials. Chase Elliott, again, missed the optimal lineup, even though he had the 3rd highest DraftKings points. But if you had placed him in, other than probably with Martin Truex, if you replaced him in with Kyle Busch, you would have ended up winning money. So that rounds out what I have for this weekend. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share this with anybody that you may know that does some DraftKings or is interested in doing some DraftKings. That would be greatly appreciated. Have a great Memorial Day weekend. Enjoy the Indy 500 and the Coca-Cola 600 this weekend, and then enjoy a day off. Have a great weekend, and we will talk to you next week. Thanks.
Get a good deep breath. Get ready to roll here. Only about one thing tonight, getting the W's, so got to be around the end to do that. Get ready to roll tonight, boys. Let's go have some fun.
Don't get me any more fired up than I already am.
All the way to the checker. You are fine. Nobody's got to run. Checker time, baby!
Hell yeah!
Proud of you there, Matt. Good job, pal. Thanks, man. Good job all day. Great work, my man. Great work.
Keep putting yourself in position, we'll win our share, right? We got one back today, brother. Good job.
Great job, guys. Excellent work, my man. Excellent work. Thank you.
Man, that's awesome. Set out with a goal, we got it here, bud. Thank you very much.
Really proud of you, man. Drove your butt off tonight. We had the fastest car here, bud.
Probably killed our deal there. Just feel like I gave one away.
Yeah, boy. Way to rebound. Great job.
Great job, bud. Really good job. Appreciate you hanging in there with us all weekend.
What a weekend. Good job. Thank you.